Nabasit Baula, Suznini on the Gokon is a happening. I'm so honored and humbled to be up here with all these great women. And I don't really know who nominated me or anything, but I've, as a little girl, my family and I lived mostly in camp. And at camp, just one language was spoken, which was our native language. And you have routines every day. Everybody's always busy out, trapping, checking snares. All the women had snares out for rabbits and stuff. And then in the evenings, someone in the family is a storyteller, and they would start telling stories. And as they tell the stories, as you're listening, you say, That tells you that you're paying attention. And then eventually it gets late, and people roll out their bedrolls and go to bed, but you continue listening to the story, and stops, and as you're going to sleep, you think, oh, I wonder what happened next. So you say, and eventually the storyteller would say, well, this is enough now. I think, we can continue tomorrow. And then, as I grew up, and we lived in a small village. First it was Cutoff, that's the old village. That was the old village. And there was people from outside start coming in, and families start getting sick. The people that came from outside brought illnesses with them. They brought sickness. And a lot of families had TBs. They would I remember as a little girl, people were getting sick, and every now and then they wouldn't let the children go to funerals, but we know that people were dying. And in my family alone, my three sisters grew up. There was Elsie, Celia, and Ellen, and then I had a brother, Joe. They all grew up, and they all died as young adults from TB. Well, I guess it was TB. There was no doctors, but that was one of the big illnesses that was around. And then more people started coming in, and life was changing. People started speaking English, and then I got married and moved to another village, and I was a health aide for a long time. And life was just changing so fast. There was a time when only one language was spoken. And by the time my children were grown up, everybody was speaking English. And I just noticed how much that everything was changing, and I wanted to somehow preserve some of that. I really had a strong passion that I wanted to preserve what I knew as a child. And eventually my husband got a job in Fairbanks, and I met some people from university, Dr. Krause for one, Dr. Michael Krause, and I decided that I want to preserve what I knew as a child as much as I could. And for many, many years I worked with many, many elders, recording their stories, recording family history, recording place names, and eventually, I should have brought a dictionary, but eventually a dictionary that I worked on for many, many, many years got published. And there was, at one time, this one lady was helping me. They told me that I need to write up about the people that I work with who helped me with the dictionary. So I started making lists, and I said, oh, my late Auntie Gussie, my Uncle Shifari, and my late, I was saying that, a whole list, and this lady that was helping me said, this is getting me depressed. And I said, what's the matter? And she said, all these people you mentioned that you work with, so many of them are gone. But it took me, it was over 20 years that I worked with all these people. And, for me, that's the way life is. People get old and die. And I worked as hard as I could to record our native language, and I learned to read and write in native language. And besides raising a big family, I am today still active, although not as much as I used to. And I would just like to like my family and friends to stand up. They're here with me tonight. This is really, really an honor to be recognized this way for the work that I've done. I know it wasn't perfect. I made a lot of mistakes. I mean, the dictionary is called Koyukon-Athabascan Dictionary. What the heck is the native word in there? But, I was working with linguists. People, I achieved a lot, but I also was always having to, working with people that are not from my native village. And so now I think about it and I say, why didn't I call it Denaakk'e or Denaakk'e? But that's, you do what you do, best you can. So congratulations to the rest of the inductees and Abasik.